Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Earthlings on planet Earth, wherever you are. I hope you're having a fabulous day, and I'm hoping for some alien sightings. I've been keeping an eye on the news, lots of UFOs around. This is a very random video. It's my sort of way of talking to Charles, I suppose, in a way. Sorry I've been missing for a few days. It is just so hectic here, you cannot believe it. At the moment, there's just the base crew, so no days off for any of us. And of course, I've got to clean the house quite a lot. And we now have no windows on our bathroom at all whatsoever on the boat. And lots of other stuff going on. So at the moment, I was actually in the dolphin office the other day. Well, we went into work and I did the first trip. And I said to Ben, he was in the office, I said, do us a favour, I need to swap. I really need to swap. I can't do another trip. And he went, oh, all right, I could do with some fresh air. So I was in the office and I actually nodded off. I was crewing today with my boss and I told him, I said I fell asleep in the office. I was so bloody tired. And I actually I didn't nod off, I didn't lay down on the floor, But I was sitting upright and I just closed my eyes. You know how you're kind of almost in hypnosis. And I had a vision of a couple of customers coming in and I sort of sat up, bolt upright, and there was nobody there. And my boss said, oh God, yeah, I've done that before. I've nodded off because we are a small crew and it's round the clock. And then I put on one of Sean Atwood's lives and I'd forgotten the night before I'd asked a question. And then I just went to bed. I didn't think my question would be answered at all. And I had that on in the background. And again, I closed my eyes and I sort of nodded off. And then I heard my own name, Avid Gardener says, and I sat bolt upright and I thought, what's going on? So things here are extremely tiring. But anyway, this is all about Charles. This video really is all about Charles and you guys and me explaining my position and what sort of a monarchist I am. I am a monarchist. Fervent monarchist. I don't think I will ever be a Republican. I think it'd take something absolutely catastrophic. I don't know, like for Harry to suddenly be taking the throne and Meghan next to him. I'm sorry, I can't even imagine it. Don't want to go there. But this video is not about those two prats. Oh, Princess Anne's feather. And the funniest thing is about that feather, I'm sure Princess Anne, it wasn't intentional on her part. I think it was the seating, but it was just so funny because she moved her head very naturally as she does, quite frequently, and with that enormous feather. We had it up on the TV today. I was in the house cleaning in the morning, crew in the afternoon, and a boat in the night. And Ben and his latest girlfriend were there, and we had it up on the Coronation, the highlights on the big screen, so I could see it properly. And it was really magnificent, the Coronation. That I could see on the big screen, I could see the details, and it was not from the channel that I'm going to come to in a minute. I think it was Sky News or something like that. And I said to the kids, of course, they're not so into it all, but I said, look at Harry, and they pissed themselves laughing. Sorry, excuse my French. They absolutely were roaring with laughter at Anne, like reading the hymn, putting her head down, head up, left, right, head down, up, and Harry's face sort of appearing and disappearing. Even the kids said, was that on purpose? I think it might have been the people who did the seating, but not Princess Anne. You could just tell. If it had been deliberate on her part, I think she just sort of kept her head still, but she wasn't. She was literally totally oblivious to that fact. And I suppose, excuse me, also, that really comes of why the prominent working royals sit in the front row, and that's what it's like being relegated to the second row. When you go to the cinema, ever been there and you got someone really tall, or someone who's wider and they're in front of you and you can't see the screen, so you're looking to the left and the right. It's a case of getting the good seats, the bad seats, and Harry, obviously. Anyway, this, as I said, this is not about him. This is about what sort of monarchist I am and Charles. Now, I have to be honest, I was always a Princess Diana fan. I suppose you could call me a Princess Diana diehard fan. I've heard that expression, and I think I've used that expression probably a little unkindly for other people who are big fans of Meghan or Harry or even Charles or other members of the family that are not my cup of tea. That's the whole thing that's so lovely about the royal family. They're a family. They're real people. They're real people. They're just like us in a way. But they're then plonked into this incredibly stressful situation. A lot of people just see the palaces, the wealth, the luxury, the privilege. I see a lot of newspapers err on that side. A lot of their critics err on the side of privilege. But they're human beings, cut them and do they not bleed? Of course they do. They talk about mental health. Their mental health must be in pretty much in shreds from the day they become, not from the day they're born, but from the day they become aware that they live under a microscope. They're human beings. Look at Charles there. I mean, he's how can I put it? He's not giving the game away. He's not showing any stress. He's being composed, calm. He's sitting there. But think of the stress that human being has been through and all of the experiences. And we're all products of our own environment. And it is very easy for us each to judge each other or put each other in pigeonholes and think grass is greener on the other side. And of course there's the gilt frame paintings behind and opulence. But that does not mean that man, that human being, does not hurt. When someone says mean things, that he's not hurt, upset. And honest to God, I don't know how the royal family hold it together on a mental health front. I suppose that's why Charles, I think he was a bit of a pioneer in his day when he used to say, and people laughed at him, never mind the environment, well, I'm not even going to get into that subject, so it's not my thing. But he used to say healthy mind, healthy body. It's absolutely true. Your brain, the human brain, is what controls and receives messages from the rest of the body. And if the mind is depressed and down, then it's going to affect the rest of your health. And that was one of the things years and years, I'm going back 20 years, that he was talking about, saying, positive mind. It can't cure everything, but it can do a lot. So he has my admiration from that point of view. But of course I was a Diana. I love Princess Diana. Loved her. And that's where I'm coming from with the monarchy. I admired the Queen. I miss the Queen. I do miss her. But I never loved her like Princess Diana. I was more, had her, I don't know, not in reverence. I don't really know what the right term is. Enormous respect. She was so royal, the late Queen. She was sort of, I don't know, something different about her. Anyway, so they're all human beings. But it is interesting because somebody commented and said, Fiona, what you're going through right now is called, I think they said it's called something like monarch grieving, like grieving for the late Queen. Not like crying and that sort of grieving, but they said for the last 1,000 years, there's a thing like not a disease, but an illness where subjects who've had a long reigning, particularly female monarch, and then they change to a new monarch, go through a much longer grieving process. Not grieving as in the human being has died, but a grieving for the end of an era. And it really hit home to me, that person who commented that, because I thought, yes, that is exactly how I'm feeling at the moment. I can't get past that I don't have Elizabeth II anymore. It's been really quick. Although it feels a long time, 8 months, yes, that is a long time, but it's not, in a way, if you know what I mean. And so for me, it's a lot of big internal change, and that's Graham. That noise there is actually Graham scooping up lots of ice from the ice maker. Graham, by the way, deserves 100% credit for the Tiara video. He did all of that editing. He made the entire film. I said to him, Zadok the Priest, that was the favourite choice of music. And he compiled the whole thing. So really, I don't deserve any credit for that at all. And he did it all while I was cleaning the house. So we are working as a team. But yeah, as I was saying, it's... Oh my God. Sorry. I was going to turn off the Wi-Fi to do this video, but I just wanted the Wi-Fi on so I can show you something. Now, the thing is, Charles has got his own style. It's a different style. It's a new style. And because I'm a monarchist, change is something a little jarring for me, because I'm used to it being steady. And although the late Queen, the lovely Elizabeth II, wore bright colours, the contrast of the way Westminster Abbey was and the PR, mostly the PR, so this is not a criticism so much of Charles as his PR team, I suppose, or his cameraman, and all the criticisms that I made the other day about the coronation. I was very happy to see that the Prince of Wales and the Princess of Wales on their Kensington Palace Twitter had done little short videos sort of kind of addressing it. Now, as you can see, this is the official royal website. So on the very bottom right-hand corner, you can see the YouTube logo. So I'm going to hit that now and go to the official royal YouTube channel. And there you go, the royal family. And it has 1.17 million subscribers. And the video that I'm watching at the moment is the Coronation Service. Now, I'm hoping that if I turn the volume down on my phone, that it's not going to cut my... Well, it doesn't really matter about the volume because there's no commentary over this live coverage at all. So I felt I was really safe. I did only watch it intermittently in between taking bookings and phone calls and people coming in and booking at the Dolphin Safari and going out on the boat. And I still haven't watched the full thing. Joking. I probably won't be able to do that until November. In reality, that is the reality. Here, we work the season. We work like dogs through the summer season to save the money up like squirrels with their nuts. And then from November until February, we basically don't work like a job. We go into hibernation. We have Christmas. We do bits of DIY. We fix things up. We hope that the money we've earned from the summer will carry us right through to February. Then the money is, empty and we start again. We're like hamsters in a wheel. So this is May. might be a great time for everyone else. I often joke with Graham, we're here on the boat, and here in the marina it's lovely and quiet until Monday morning. Ding, 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 lawnmower man, angle grinder man's there, making a load of noise. And I'm like, God, I had a nice relaxing weekend, did you, old 9 to 5er? Whereas us, we do weekends, nights, we're like just working flat out the whole time. So May is a great time for most people, but there are lots of people in the service industry, of course, the forces, the police, the hospitals, who do not have that luxury. And so I watched the coronation on this, and this is what I saw. This is exactly what I was watching, and it was from this point. Now, a lot of these live events, of course, they're live, so you accept that. And it was raining a bit, but I mean, this is the official royal family channel, and surely to goodness they could have had cameras. So the procession is on its way. I'm going to have a ciggy. I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys a lot of you don't approve of smoking, but I'm having one. Could they not have filmed a little bit of the troops? So I didn't get to see any of the troops. I didn't get to see any. This is what I saw. And also, I know a lot of you watch the BBC in the UK and other countries, but we're in Spain. We don't get BBC. Well, maybe it is possible, but we just don't. Maybe they have a live on YouTube. But there were so many lives available. And this is what we got. Now, bear in mind, I, as a fervent monarchist, am watching this with great disappointment, thinking, where's the troops? What am I looking at? I'm looking at a plastic tent outside Westminster Abbey. How do you think people who are very Republican, who are expats or live in foreign countries that don't have good coverage, how do you think this had come across to them? How do you think it would come across to people who are less interested? And I'm really interested, and here, look, I think I can see something coming in the left. Yes, here come the troops. So all the people that rehearsed, it's all very well and good that the BBC and the terrestrials had great coverage, and in the Commonwealth, but in lots of other countries, and this should have been a really global event to reach everybody, and I'm a monarchist and it didn't reach me. And you can see there, well, I can turn the screen on its side because I think I did actually have it on its side at the time. Oh, come on, you naughty. Oh, it won't go on its side. And this is the official royal family's channel. So, can you see what I mean? What I saw was, a door entrance. I'll skip forward a little. Here. Right, the gold carriage has arrived. But there's no panning round. And you know that camera's got ability because it's just been filming to the left. So this is exactly what was seen in Spain as far as the official. This is Charles's YouTube channel. So that could be, I'm not blaming Charles directly. Good God, I know he wasn't in charge of the camera. But his PR people on his own YouTube channel, I'll just skip through a bit. Here we go. There was another thing I wanted to make a point of. There, right. The entrance of the Abbey there, for me, the visuals, it looks very messy with the people. So I would have liked to have seen a nice, neat, straight carpet. Yes, I'm anal about carpets. Becky, you're right. One of the commenters, I am carpet aware. I am anal about colours. I'm anal about presentation. I work in public relations to a certain extent on the Dolphins Ferry and visuals. And there was no definition. A carpet gives great lines and definitions. And just to end this, there's that mustard carpet. Oh my God. I just hate that. I can't say how much I hate it. I hate that mustard carpet. Some of you have said it's gold. No, I just hate it. And there's no other definition. It's all very blur. So, my relationship with Charles, yes, is, it's checkered. I see him as being very human because he's been through a lot. And I'm very, very pleased for him. I always was from his wedding day to Camilla, that two people who love each other got together in the end. But none of that will ever remove the hurt from before. And I've always been a bit of a lone wolf. I guess a lot of you guys have cottoned on to that. I don't go with the crowd, I don't go with the flow, and I don't go with sycophancy. There was hurt, there is hurt, there are repercussions. All modern families have it. We have it in our family. And I'm sure many of you have it in your family. And it's important to celebrate love and unity, and when people who should have always been together get together. But it's equally important not to diss, hurt, or play it down. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Anyway, I am off to bed now. I've woken up after about 4 hours of sleep on the couch, and I just thought I'd dip in, say hello, ask for your thoughts and opinions, which I always love, whether they are to disagree, agree, and discuss with each other. I love all of that. That is exactly what free speech is all about. And you may not hear from me for a few more days because, oh my goodness, we're about to go into a tumultuous time on the front of the house, the dolphin safari, and our boat until Monday, if not Tuesday. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you all have a fabulous evening. I've just got to find out how I can end this. No, oh, there it is. There's the thingy. Thank you for listening. Where's the stop button? No, that's not it.